I parked the car and left the motor running. With a teaspoon of gas in the tank, the Mazda's engine bravely puttered on, farting little puffs of gray exhaust into the chilly night. Rain spat from a pewter sky, dotting my windshield between swipes of my sawtooth wipers. I had nowhere to go, no way to get there, and nothing to do when I arrived. So here I was, at a cemetery, the end of the road, in more ways than one. Washed in the wan light of my tired headlights, the Pottsville Shady Terraces cemetery office was constructed of reddish bricks, the color of dried blood, inset with two aged and weathered oak doors. Scabrous ivy scaled the building's exterior and choked the brick and mortar wall surrounding the graveyard. An iron gate to the left of the office was closed and padlocked. Visiting hours 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., according to a gold-lettered sign. And beyond the gate, rows of mismatched headstones were visible through the bars, like jagged teeth sprouting from diseased gums. Yes, I have an overactive imagination. Cemeteries were ranked among my 3 least favorite places to be, right after bus station restrooms and dinner parties with strangers. They made me uncomfortable, and in my core operating system, running away from uncomfortable situations was a feature, not a bug. The impulse to put the car in reverse and leave this place was strong. However, the gas gauge read a quarter minus empty. My wallet had long since collapsed into a black hole, and running away meant spending the night in a car with a damp dog and a tuna-addicted kitten. Ever tried to sleep in the back seat of a drafty Mazda with a hyperactive husky and no cat litter for a poop factory that could excrete more waste than its entire body weight? Short version, I needed a job, and I needed it right now. And the only job available for an itinerant college dropout in the vicinity of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, was one in a graveyard. The Mazda wasn't making it farther than the Pottsville city limits in any direction, not without gas. I powered up my pay-by-minute phone and checked the Craigslist entry one last time. Wanted, cemetery caretaker, flexible hours, room and board provided. Light groundskeeping, other duties as needed. Other duties? Room and board cinched the deal for me. A place to stay, with a toilet I didn't have to beg a key for and a bed without a transmission hump, sounded pretty close to heaven. Sleeping in a cemetery would be fine, as long as I wasn't sleeping in the cemetery, so to speak. "Stay here," I told the unlikely pair sharing my car. George side-eyed me, tongue lolling, panting his dog breath hard enough to fog the windows. A husky-coward mix, the 2-year-old pup was all looks and no brains. He would be quite happy hanging in the car rather than risking exposure to a vicious squirrel or belligerent chipmunk, or even a frisky sparrow. He ran from trouble so fast and so frequently, I suspected he had French ancestry. He and I were a lot alike that way. "Tabitha?" I craned around and spoke to the tabby kitten who had claimed the back seat. "Mistress of death? Leave George alone, understand?" The killer powder puff remained curled in her blanket and ignored me, not even so much as twitching an ear.